to show you how to make a really adorable backpack. Look at that. So hopefully you'll find someone fun, like a teacher or your children, to make this little backpack. First thing you're going to need is this is our gift bag punch board. The backpack piece, you'll need a piece of 11" by 7" cardstock. So I'm going to use Dapper Denim. So let's start. With our gift bag punch board, there is a start line, and you can see it says start line right here. So we want our paper to line up right there. Also, before we do that, we need to take out our little scoring tool. It comes with a scoring tool. You pull it out from right there. So you line up your paper with your start line. Now, when you're making a bag, you want to think of it as front, side, back, side. So we're going to punch. You'll need to use your whole palm when you're punching with this gift board. And then you're going to go across the horizontal line right here across the top, and then down the medium line. If you put your scoring tool right in there, it will lead you right down the track. Got it? Now we're going to line up that scoring line with our start line, which also has a little tiny point right here at the top. So punch. We made the front. Now we're going to make a side. We want to always go across the horizontal side. This one says side. And then with this one, we want to make a gusset in the side of our bag. So we go along this little triangle with our scoring tool, and along right inside this little groove, we'll make the side gusset. So we have a front, side. What is next? The back. So bring your last scoring line over to the point and to the start line. Punch. Go along the, oops, if you miss it, just put it back along that horizontal line. Now we're doing the back, so we go over here to the M, which is the medium-sized bag, is what we're making. Then we're going to go over here again. So we've got front, side, back. We're doing another side. Line up your last scoring line. Oh, there we go. Punch. I can tell I've got some stuff underneath there. Now we're doing this another side, so we'll do the gussets. Oh, don't forget the horizontal line. The gussets are the little triangle, and then down the side. Awesome. And oh, down the side. Oops. One last thing to finish it off. We do want to move that score line back to that start line again, and the point. Punch. And this is what you have. This should be your bag. Okay? Now, we do want to cut off this little one here at the end. You can even cut it off at a little bit of an angle, but we don't need to do that. And we want to turn this over, and we're going to do across the top one more time along this horizontal line to give us a visual of where we're actually going to cut off part of this box. So I'm going to go all the way along the top, just doing the horizontal line until I come to the front. We called it, well, it's actually going to be the back, but it was the first one we did. We're going to line up that score line one more time. Punch, and then along the very last edge we're going to punch again. This is going to give us the, oops, let's see if I can get it right, the top fold for our backpack. Now when you lift up your punch board, you're going to have all these little pieces that you've punched out, so throw those away. And here's a little hint. Put away your scoring tool right now because you're going to lose it if you don't. All right, so this is what our backpack looks like so far. We want to cut this piece off. So take out your scissors, or you could use your Stampin' Trimmer. In the Stampin' Trimmer, you're going to use the dark blade to cut. And you just come to that section right there. So we've got all of these pieces are coming off. Now you're going to need a piece of designer series paper. I'm using the paper stack that coordinates. So this is Dapper Denim designer series paper. This is a 4" tall by a 2 7/8" piece. You could use either side, but I'm going to use the writing. The other side has polka dots. We're going to use the writing facing up. You can use your snail adhesive. You can use a glue stick. I'm using Fast Fuse today because we're going to need it in another spot on our backpack. So you're going to put this piece right there. Tear and tape or some kind of strong adhesive along this little tiny flap right here. Can you see that? That one's going to hold our bag together. And you're going to need some tear and tape on the opposite side of the flap below your designer series paper. So I'll put a little strip right there. So this is the front with the designer series paper. This is the back that has the two flaps on the top and the bottom. Let's put our ribbon in to be the back of the backpack. I'm just going to fold over the bottom piece, the bottom flap, and get my punch in here. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to do one on each side. Now I want the top to be in just a little bit further, so I'm going to put my punch all the way in and punch. Now I can't get my punch down here. I've already tried. Two little holes, and I just poked a hole and kind of widened it with my paper piercer, and two holes at the bottom. Then you'll take a 21-inch piece of coordinating ribbon, could be white. This one just happens to be Dapper Denim. So on the back side, it comes out like this. See that? There's your two ends. Now you'll take your ends and put them in the bottom. These are going to be the handles for your backpack. And you want to leave a little bit of space so you can put that on, right? That'll fit the back of your children. Turn it over, tie a knot. So let's just review really quickly. Here's what your backpack looks like, and right now you can kind of move your handles so that they're both even, so you make those both even. Here's how it looks. You've got the bottom flaps down here, top flap, your handles. This is the front. Take off this adhesive right here on that side. You can just simply take your box and put it together flat like this. Voila. And can you see your backpack coming together? So cute. Let's take off the other adhesive that was on our bottom flap. Perfect little backpack. Okay, our sides are already scored and gusseted, so you can push those in and make your backpack fold over like this. Now, there's a couple of ways to make it so that it stays closed. Or you could use some magnets. I'm going to use a Velcro dot to keep the backpack closed. So we've got our backpack closed. We just need a little pocket on the front now. Set him aside for a moment. Now we're going to use our envelope punch board, 4x4 designer series paper for your pocket. We're going to start with 1 3/4. That's going to be our first punch and our first score. So with this one, if you put your scoring tool right inside there, hold your paper steady, hopefully, come right down that score track. Okay? I'm doing this upside down, so forgive me if I make a mistake. You want to line up that score line with this little point again. That's what that point is for on all of these punch boards. You don't have to worry about a measurement after the first one, just the first measurement. So you'll line up the score line, punch, and score. Turn, line up the score line, punch, and score. So you do this on all 4 sides. Before you take it out, we want to just turn it one more time, and we're going to do this all one more time, but this time we're going to line it up starting with the 2-inch mark. This creates a box. You can punch and score. Now this score line, oops, let's see if I can get it right. Get my head in there. There we go. This score line will be on the outside of the first score line towards the edge. So you're going to use that score line, punch, line it up, punch, and score. The second score line will be inside your first score line. Oh, wait, before we go too far, I'm going to show you another thing. Use, on the other side, is a corner rounder. It's a bonus punch. So take your paper, put it in the top, punch it at the top. We're just going to cut off these little corners where we've kind of double scored them. When I open this envelope, I want the words to kind of be so you could read them if you wanted to. So we'll put a little bit of adhesive right here to put the two sides of the envelope together. We'll put a little bit of fast fuse right here on that end of the flap, put it together to create a little envelope / box. So we're going to put one magnet right there. I put the other one just on top of it so that it's always lined up exactly right, so that when you close it, the adhesive sticks to exactly where you need it to be. We can fill this backpack with thank you cards, thank you notes for the teacher. It could be, you could fill it with candy for your teacher. This would be a perfect thing to hold hand sanitizer for, that would be a super gift for a teacher. So I put some tear and tape adhesive on the back of this little envelope / box, putting it on the front of our backpack. Now you just embellish it as you would like to. We'll use some rhinestones right here to as the button for our front pocket, and this button right up here. The marquee messages stamp set, and there's a little saying that says so proud of you. Using our Dapper Denim ink pad, we will just stamp so proud of you. Remember, you always stamp, flip your punch over, punch it out. Isn't that just so cute? All right, so that is your fast, easy, fun backpack, and you can make a bunch of those for your students or your teachers to give as a going back to school.